Hello students, welcome back to Effortless Chemistry. Already we have started group 16 of the P block elements, and in the last class we have discussed up to preparation and properties of dioxygen. Now we will discuss some simple oxides. Alright. Okay. So oxygen with any metal or non-metal, it is called as what? It's oxide, because oxygen being more electronegative, it is called as what? Oxide it is. Oxygen with, or we can call it as a binary compound of oxygen with metal or non-metal is called its oxide. Okay, simply you combine oxygen with any metal or non-metal, that will be called as oxide. Okay, now these oxides, they are classified into two types. These are simple oxides, that is oxides. There are two types of oxides are there. First one is I will call it as mixed oxide, and the second one is simple oxides. Okay, first one I will discuss mixed oxide. Mixed oxides. These mixed oxides are nothing but the oxides which are made up of two simple oxides here. The oxides which are made up of two simple oxides. Example, you have to combine two simple oxides so that you will get a mixed oxide. Suppose if I take 2 times of PbO, this on combining with PbO2, so that you will get Pb3O4. This Pb3O4, it is the mixed oxide of what? PbO plus PbO2. 3 times of Pb and 4 oxygen you will get here. Another example you can write FeO plus Fe2O3. FeO plus Fe2O3, if you combine these two, again you will get a mixed oxide, that is Fe3O4. Okay, this is what the mixed oxide and the example. Next we will go for the simple oxides. Here the simple oxides, they are again classified into 4 types, that is simple oxides. Again they are classified into 4 types. First one is acidic oxide, second one is basic oxide, and the third one is neutral oxide, and the fourth one is amphoteric oxides. Okay, so already in the class 11 in the periodic properties we have studied that oxides, that is non-metal oxides, are usually acidic in nature, metal oxides are basic in nature, and the metalloid with oxygen, that is nothing but amphoteric oxides. So the non-metal oxides are called as acidic because whenever they are added to the water, they will give what? Acids here. So first one we will discuss acidic oxides. Okay, acidic oxides, the oxides which gives acid on combining with water. Water are called acidic oxides. Okay, so usually non-metal oxides are acidic in nature. Non-metal oxides are acidic in nature. Okay, always you keep in mind non-metal oxides are what? Acidic in the nature. I'll write some example. So that CO2, this is a non-metal oxide. Next N2O5. Next SO2 I'll write, and Cl2O7. All these non-metal oxides, they are acidic in nature because whenever they are dissolved in water, they will give what? Acidic solution. Okay, I will write the reaction of these non-metal oxides with water. For example, if I take this CO2, I will add it to the water, it will give carbonic acid, that is H2CO3. H2CO3. Simply you can combine them and you can write it. Suppose if I take N2O5, so this N2O5 on adding to the water, it gives what? Nitric acid. This is nothing but H2. You take 2 times of N2 is there, N2, total 6 oxygen, H2 N2O6. This can be equivalently written as 2 times of HNO3. So again it is giving what? Acidic solution. If you take SO2, this on adding to the water, it gives sulfurous acid, H2SO3. Again you take Cl2O7. So all these non-metal oxides on adding to the water, they will give acidic solution, hence they are called as what? Acidic oxides. Again you will get this is H2 Cl2O8 equivalently written as 2 times of HClO4 perchloric acid it is. So these non-metal oxides are what? They are acidic in nature. And another point is there, usually non-metal oxides are what? Acidic in nature, but some of the metal oxides in their higher oxidation state, they also show the acidic nature. That is only in case of D block elements. I'll write those examples. Some of the metal oxides also, they will show acidic nature, but in that one point you have to concentrate, that is in their higher oxidation state only they will show acidic nature. Some of the metal oxides in their higher oxidation state shows acidic nature. Even though they are being metal oxides, they will show acidic nature. The point is they must be in their higher oxidation state. Keep in mind. Example I will write here. Example, usually D block metals, that is I will take Mn2O7. Next is V2O5, and you can take chromic oxide, that is CrO3. Here Mn it is in the +7 oxidation state, vanadium in the +5 oxidation state, chromium in the +6 oxidation state. See here the electronic configuration of this Mn is what here? It will come out as 3d5 and 4s2. The maximum number of electrons in its valence shell is 7. All the electrons are lost. Highest oxidation state of Mn. Only this is showing acidic nature. Similarly, in case of vanadium also, its configuration is 3d3 and it will be 4s2. So all the 5 electrons are lost. Highest oxidation state is +5. It shows what here? That is acidic nature. Here also same thing in case of chromium. It will come out as special electronic configuration. You know this one, 3d5 and 4s1. 6 electrons are there, all are lost. So only the metal oxides which are there in their higher oxidation state, they will show what? Acidic nature. This is about acidic oxides. Next one, basic oxides we will write. Basic oxides are what? The oxides which gives a basic solution on combining with water, they are called as what? Basic oxides. So I'll write basic oxides. The oxides which gives base on combining with water are called basic oxides. Okay, one point you keep in mind, always the metal oxides are basic in nature. Metal oxides are basic. So in the periodic table, group 1 and group 2 metals, alkali and alkaline earth metals, they are always basic in nature, and their oxides also basic in nature, because whenever they are added to the water, they will give what? Basic solution. I will write the examples of basic oxides. That is, I will write sodium oxide, that is. Next, magnesium oxide you can take, calcium oxide you can take, aluminum oxide you can take. From D block I will take another metal oxide, that is Fe2O3. It is also what? Basic in nature. So these all are basic in nature, because whenever they are added to the water, they will give what? Basic solution. First one I will write Na2O. This on treating with water, it gives what here? This is a 2OH, it become as, it gives a 2 times of NaOH solution. Suppose if you add MgO, this on treating with water, water is this is plus, this is minus. Okay, Mg plus 2, it reacts with what? OH minus 1. So it forms Mg OH twice, 2 times of OH is required. So this is 2 OH is there. Okay, 1 magnesium and 1 magnesium. Okay, so this is magnesium oxide. You can take aluminum also, Al2O3. This on treating with water, HOH. So aluminum reacts with what? OH minus. So it will be aluminum hydroxide, AlOH 3 times. 2 aluminums are there, you take 2 times of AlOH thrice here. So how many oxygen total here? 6 oxygen must be there. So here you have to take 3 moles of water, that you will get 3 OH here and 3 OH here, you will get 6 OH. Okay, like this, all these metal oxides, whenever they are added to the water, they will give what? Basic solution, hence they are what? Basic in the nature. Next one, neutral oxides. Already the name indicates, neutral means the oxides which are neither acidic nor basic are called as what? Neutral oxides. So neutral oxides. The oxides which are neither basic nor acidic are called neutral oxides. Neutral oxides. So these are not having any acidic or basic character. Such oxides are called as what? Neutral oxides. So example for this one is, you can write N2O laughing gas, NO nitric oxide, and CO carbon monoxide. These are coming under what? Neutral oxides here. So the last one is amphoteric oxides. amphoteric oxides. So these amphoteric oxides are what? They are having both acidic as well as basic nature, hence they are called as what? Amphoteric oxides. The oxides which acts as acidic, or you can call it as which acts as acid as well as base, are called amphoteric oxides. So these oxides they act as acid as well as base. They will react with acid or with the base. So example for this one is, you can write Al2O3, and second one I will write PbO, and the zinc oxide. All these are coming under what? Amphoteric oxide. They are having both acidic as well as basic nature. You will write the two reactions of this Al2O3 which are given in the NCERT. Next point. So the reactions of that amphoteric oxide is, this Al2O3, since it acts as acid as well as base, it reacts with acid, acts as base, reacts with the base, acts as acid here. First I will take this reaction of Al2O3 with NaOH, aqueous solution of NaOH. So it is basic in nature, means now this Al2O3 acts as what? Acid. Okay. So the combination of these two, now what happens here? I have to take water also because it is aqueous solution. Okay. Now it will form, that is one complex is formed here, Al OH 6 times, and I will take 2 times of Na3. Okay. So this one total 6 NaOH I have to take here, and the next, how many OH is required here? 6 OH into 2 is 12 OH are required. 6 are present here, so that here I have to take 3 moles of water. Totally you will get 12 OH. So this is called as sodium hexahydroxo aluminate complex. This is in the aqueous medium, it will be formed here. Sodium hexahydroxo aluminate 3. Okay, aluminate 3 it is. So the oxidation state of aluminum is +3 here. So this is what the reaction of Al2O3 with the basic solution. So that it is base means it is acting as what? Acid here. So in this one, this you can write like this. See here, this aluminum I will take, simply I will explain this reaction. Al2O3 is there. So this on treating with NaOH. Okay. In this one OH -1 is there, and this is what here? Al +3 is there. Al +3 reacts with what? OH -1, and then it will connect with what? 3 OH, that is aluminum is connected to the 3 OH, it will form aluminum hydroxide. So this is the basic thing. Next, this aluminum is having what? One vacant orbital is there, so that it can connect to the another OH. Another OH can come, so that 4 OH can be attached to the aluminum. Then it will be what here? Al is +3 it is. Al is what? +3, and surrounding each OH is what? OH -1 -1 -1. So if I write Al OH 4, and the overall charge on the complex I will write Al is +3 and each OH is what? -1, like that 4 OH are there, +3 -4, the total charge on this complex is what? -1 here. Similarly, in this way aluminum is attached to the 6 OH here, because it is having vacant d orbital. Since it is having vacant d orbital, it can connect to the 6 OH like this. It is like this. This is OH, and this is OH, 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 and this also OH, this also OH. So that in this way it can connect to the 6 OH minus also, and aluminum is what here? This is a +3. Each OH is -1 like this, and this is each OH is -1 means what happens here? Aluminum is +3 and each OH is -1, like that 6 OH are there. The total charge is what? +3 -6. The total charge on this one is -3 it will come. Okay, like this I have written this complex here. So this is what, okay, the reaction of Al2O3 with the NaOH. So you can explain this on the basis of these basics. Next reaction, now Al2O3 is acting as what, acid here. Now it will act as base also because it is amphoteric in nature. So Al2O3, okay, this on treating with aqueous solution of HCl. Aqueous solution means again in the reaction I will take water in order to balance the reaction. Okay, so here what happens, again it will form a complex with the water here. We will get 2 times of Al H2O 6 times. So this is a neutral ligand here. So the total charge on the complex is what, plus 3. In order to balance the plus 3, remaining chlorines are written outside, that is Cl3 it is. So each chlorine is minus 1, I can write. So 3 chlorines are there, this is plus 3 and this is minus 3. 2 aluminums are there, you write this complex with 2 times, that's it. Okay, this complex is called as what here, this is a hexaaqua aluminium 3 chloride, we can write here hexaaqua aluminium 3 chloride. So just in order to look this one, it looks very difficult, but the very simple basic is there behind this one. Okay, this complex you can write it as this is simply all right, Cl3, each chlorine is minus 1 here. So we'll balance the reaction now. Total 12 water molecules are required here. So from this one 3 oxygens are there, you take 6 HCl, so that here you will get 3 water molecules. So remaining I will take here 9 water molecules are there. Again the same thing here, I will write this explanation. Al2O3, this reacts with what here, HCl, okay, 6 times of HCl we will take here. So this aluminum is plus 3, it reacts with Al, that is a Cl minus 1, it will form what here, AlCl3, 2 times, because 6 chlorine, 2 aluminum. Remaining hydrogen they will combine with water, that is they will form what, 3 times of water molecule. Again now you see here, this aluminum after forming 3 bonds, it is having one vacant orbital. So here the lone pair of electrons on the water is there. This water, since it acts as a Lewis base, it is also a ligand, it is a neutral ligand here, because here this oxygen can donate a lone pair of electron towards the vacant orbital of this aluminum. So this aluminum again it starts forming a complex with water like this. So it is having a vacant d orbital, it can form that is the octahedral complex. 6 water molecule can be connected to the aluminum like this. So there is a formation of this complex. The overall charge on the complex is what, plus 3 here. So to balance this plus 3, 3 chlorines are written outside, each chlorine is minus 1. So you can explain this reaction like this. Okay, it is acid means now it is acting as what, base. So this is about the simple oxides and the mixed oxides. Okay.